This is the final video in the series of the psychology of high performance. We're going to be finishing off with how to stay high performance long term. The reality of the situation is that high performance requires bouts of intensity. And I say bouts because it's like those are concentrated periods of time where you work very, very hard. But then afterwards you have some rest, or afterwards you take a little break to recharge yourself. We're not talking about taking unnecessary breaks. We're not talking about just being lazy and not really doing any work. We're talking about selectively trying to target the times you work hard and what you're exactly working on to have the maximal impact, to lead you and grow you the farthest possible, and then repeating that again and again, and understanding that long term really requires that you give yourself time to breathe. You have to give yourself some breaks and recharge, because imagine your iPhone. Imagine if, your phone or whatever, you never charged it again. You just charged it once to 100% and you're like, this is what I'm gonna use for the rest of my life, right? That's not possible. It's gonna die and it's gonna be done for, right? That's exactly what happens if you go all out all the time, 24/7 without breaks. You are going to die like your iPhone, right? And that's not good. We don't want that, because the point is, success is such a long-term game. I would rather you work a little less hard and you survive for 5 years than you work 10 times harder and you only survive for a week. Because success is a long-term game, and it really matters that you stay in the game long-term, you don't give up. By burning out, you're going to definitely give up, right? And it's going to create toxic stuff. And also probably your work ethic and your just work quality is not that good. You're probably not actually absorbing anything when you pull those full 4 all-nighters in a row and you're drinking all this caffeine and all this terrible stuff, right? So realize you need to push yourself for sure, right? You can't just be complacent doing the same level of work each week, but you need to push yourself in a way that is sustainable and try to find out. It's going to be a balance, right? It's going to take time. There's going to be times when you overshoot it and you're like, oh my gosh, that was way too much for me. I can't handle that. Then you just scale back. But each time you need to try to push yourself a little bit farther, a little bit farther, a little bit farther, and eventually you get to a point where your baseline is way above what everybody else considers to be hard work, right? You're doing way more than they are and you don't even think it's that big of a deal. That's really where you want to be. But just do not neglect the importance of breaks, because it's so cheesy, it's so corny, but this is a marathon, not a sprint. And nobody cares about the person who was first in the first 5 minutes of the marathon, because all that matters is who actually crosses the finish line. If you have any questions, put in the comments below. Otherwise, subscribe for more and make sure to check out the rest of my other series for success.